525,600 critics. How do you measure a film?
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to a reaction to a musical.
And because it's a musical, I'm going to be using my magic wand microphone.
And we'll be using lots of vibrato and extending our notes for long periods of time. Musical. Please, if you like our videos, like, comment, and subscribe to us. And feel free to follow us on Instagram or leave us a comment down below with something you want to see us react to.
So, Jacob, what are we reviewing today?
We are reacting to the trailer. Oh, excuse me.
Gotta use your props.
Okay. We are reacting to the teaser for Tick, Tick, Boom, the original musical from Jonathan Larson.
Yes, and if you are not familiar with Jonathan Larson is the creator of Rent, the little musical. You probably haven't heard of it.
No, or seen it a million times in theater class. But it is his very underseen, underappreciated musical, and we're happy that Lin-Manuel Miranda, yes, Lin-Manuel, the creator of Hamilton, the writer of Moana, and In the Heights, coming out June 11th.
And don't forget, his starring a co-star role in Mary Poppins Returns.
Yes. He is helming as director of this project.
Which is very exciting. He has shown that he is a man of many hats. And he literally wears many hats.
I'm just getting word that this film is starring Andrew Garfield.
Ooh, and we also have Venessa Hudgens arriving on the red carpet tonight.
Oh, wow.
Vanessa Hudgens.
Oh, look at what she's wearing.
Oh, she is wearing, it looks like she's wearing a Balmain gown with studding around the bodice. I love it, Vanessa. I love what you're doing. So Vanessa Hudgens, it's a great choice for this film because she grew up, she's from San Diego, where I'm from, and she is a musical theater starlet. And we just love that. We've really driven this home before, but we love when musical performers are in musicals.
Yes.
It's a musical.
Yes.
You should be musical.
Yeah, we don't need no little model type, boring LA actor type.
Sit down. Go home.
Go back home. You didn't wait in line at 5 a.m. outside the Schubert Theater for that audition, honey.
No. You didn't sign up on the non-union list, all right?
Only to not get seed and have to go home.
Or to only get to sing 4 bars. Sit down, honey, sit down. All right. So, back to our feature programming. Tick, Tick, Boom is kind of an autobiographical take on Jonathan Larson's life. He wrote this, I think it's kind of meant to be like the beat of the artist that is kind of almost like a Hamilton theme, which would make sense.
Yeah, like a rising to power.
And wanting to do something before your time is up.
Yeah.
And as we know, a lot of Jonathan Larson's pieces take place during the AIDS epidemic, and that was just a really I wasn't around during that time, but I know that was a hard time for the world, and especially
and he just provided a voice to people and kind of a world. He was one of the first, before we now have wonderful plays like The Normal Heart or Angels in America that deal with this crisis, but he was really doing this show in the time, it was very fresh to that era when Rent came out.
Correct. And sadly, he ended up passing the night before the off-Broadway premiere of Rent. And it's such a shame because I think that if Rent is a testament to what he was able to do in the short time that he was in the spotlight and was creating.
Yeah.
I mean, if he could only still be here.
Yeah, he would totally be our Lin-Manuel right now.
Oh, yeah, 100.
Be alongside as a creator of musicals and, But there's also something to being like a short-lived, there's kind of a cool niche not to say it's cool that he died so young, but there's such cool things to like people who flash on the scene and then are never seen it from or heard from again. There's kind of a mystique about them, this what could have happened, you know, and they never have that time to kind of commercialize or fizzle out.
Right, and they really just, I mean, I think, will always be cemented as part of that legacy of what was going on in New York City at the time. And as you said, he was a voice for so much. And we feel that the point of musicals is to provide words when words are not enough. And you do that through music, you do that through dance. And so I think that the fact that they're giving life to this musical, which is underrated, we really like the music. And it typically involves a smaller cast than Rent. It's really kind of special that we are extending the lifeline of Larson's voice and just showing the world that there's more to just this amazing thing of Rent. I don't think anything's ever going to top the cult fandom that Rent has, but I think that if we can get more people to just kind of take an interest in Jonathan Larson's work as a whole, we'll just appreciate the artist, and it will solidify him as more than just one musical.
Mm-hmm. All right, without further ado, let's watch the teaser to Tick, Tick, Boom.
This is the life, bo, 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 bo. This is the life.
Ooh, you can sing.
He's a beautiful voice.
She's got a magic wand of her own.
Oh.
Lately, I've been hearing this sound. Like a tick, tick, tick. Like a time bomb. Check.
Hey, boy genius.
The fuse has been lit. The clock counts down the seconds.
It sounds great.
Do you know how many Jonathan Larsons there are? One. The flame gets closer
Love that.
and closer and closer until all at once everything explodes.
All right. Beautiful. Great job.
That was great. The first thing that comes to my mind is just, I feel like they're really showing how art and creativity consumes your life. Like, I love how it showed him just in his everyday life. Like, here I'm creating this, and then he's swimming, and all of a sudden the bottom of the swimming pool become music pages.
Yeah.
And I just think that is so relevant and true to the inner expression of an artist. Like, if you really are a creative, it consumes every facet of your life.
And like, the gears are always spinning.
Yeah, always. And I think it did a really good job of doing that.
Yeah. It was well edited too.
Yeah.
It's just like the beats were there. It changed, facets a couple times. It had that ticking kind of underscoring, and then it kind of stopped, and we got that beautiful kind of flowy Jonathan Larson piano sound.
Yes, and I think it's very fitting that Lynn is directing this because in some ways I feel like Larson is kind of like an Alexander Hamilton. Like, Alexander Hamilton writes like he's running out of time.
Why do you write like you're running out of time?
And this Tick, Tick, Boom thing is like, he knows that his life is, you know, there's like there's an end to his life approaching, and he is in fact writing, like he's running out of time, and he's trying to create the most perfect musical within that period. And so I think that is just a really good life lesson for anything, even if you're not a creative thing. I think that so often we just drive through life like we are running out of time, and like, you know, but also I think some days people act like we're going to be here forever, and it's kind of finding that balance. And
I also was just thinking like that Lin-Manuel's career kind of started right maybe a few years after Jonathan Larson died, so he's kind of like, well, probably while Lin-Manuel was a student and everything, like that was the peak of Jonathan Larson's success, so he's kind of taking on his inspirations, you know, work. And they both write for New York City and kind of the like, you know, the plebes of New York City, not just like the you know, I mean, obviously Hamilton is founding fathers, but he likes to write like about real people and the, you know, the folks that are the salt of the earth, not just like, oh, the real humans,
the real heartbeat of a city. And I think that we as artists can relate to just wanting to make the most of every single moment and making sure that we're always using our creative potential to our maximum potential.
Looks great. The performances look great. It sounds good. It doesn't have too cheesy of a look or a sound, and
And this isn't really the type of, what I like about this is that, and don't get me wrong, I love a dancing musical. Love it. I just think that it's interesting how they're depicting just life. It's just life, and you sing when you don't have the words to do something. You know, it's really just the bells and whistles are more intertwined within the story. I do think this is the sort of show that translates better to a film than on stage, which is why I don't think that it ever really took off as a musical. I think there's only 3 main characters in it on stage.
It gets done as like concerts a lot, or like off Broadway or things, but it's not large scale enough for a Broadway house, I think.
But this really kind of captures the spirit of it, and I'm just so happy that it's made, and I just want all the musicals to be made and keep just setting, please. My wish for all of you. Yes, I just wish that you all find an appreciation for musicals, and that you teach your children about musicals,
keep
and
them alive.
Just keep the musicals alive, because there is nothing that is more energetically authentic than being in a theater and having people just play. The energy is always different. It is the most human experience that I can think of.
Yes.
So
if you like Rent, check out Tick Tick Boom.
Bye.
Bye.